Welcome, welcome. We're here for our CAT number 5, 5th edition of the newsletter this semester. And I'm so happy to be here with Afaf and Rashmi, two of my former students from fall 2018, spring 2019. I was just looking up when that was, not so long ago. Will you please introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about yourselves?
Okay, well, my name is Afaf. My preferred pronouns are her, she, and I'm zooming from my room. I teach Commuters Community, and we have about 9 students, I believe.
All right.
Hi, my name is Rashmi, pronouns she, her. I am zooming from my room as well in Richmond, and we teach Commuters Community, and we have 9 students total.
All right. And so you live in Richmond. You're teaching a Commuters Community class. What was your original motivation to teach?
So our motivation to teach was based on our commuting experience to San Francisco State. As commuting students, we found that commuting students often lack a community amongst themselves, and they are less engaged on campus and face a lot of challenges with commuting in itself due to unpredicted commuting issues. So we wanted to create a community for commuter students and possibly a place for them on campus.
Awesome. So is that your long-term goal? Is that place for them on campus?
Yeah.
All right. I saw that you're not teaching again, but you did get somebody to teach your class, which is amazing. Keep the momentum going for that goal that you have. Will you all ever teach again?
Yes, so we were planning on, Afaf and I again, we were planning on teaching collectively again about something that we're both passionate about again, about something about nutrition, along the line of nutrition, since Afaf is a nutrition major and I'm also in a health major. And yeah, we are planning on teaching something related to nutrition in future.
Okay, and then maybe take that into your communities past SF State or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. How would you both describe yourself as learners? Kind of to think about how your own awareness of yourself as learners maybe informs some of your teaching styles.
For me, I am a practical learner. I have to do things and experiment on my own to master a topic.
And for me, I'm more of a visual learner, so I need to see things most of the time to understand it best. And for our students, as far as we can tell, they're more of auditory learners because we have some first year students that have never commuted before. So with them hearing our stories and doing their own research and reading about it, they've been able to like understand the commuting experience and be kind of more prepared for it.
Got it. So they hear your stories. Do you teach asynchronously, synchronously? Are they
So
reading your stories?
we do a mix of asynchronous and synchronous. In the beginning of the semester, it was more synchronous, but as the semester went along and everyone's schedule got a little more complicated and hectic, we switched more to asynchronous.
Got it. Yeah, so you adapted to the moment. All right. Thinking about your teaching experience, what has been maybe some of the most exciting things and what has been something surprising?
The whole experience of educating and sharing our knowledge and creating our community and being able to relate to our students while also learning from them has been really a rewarding experience for us. And we love our discussion sessions and we love hearing from our students about how they are so driven to make change at SFSU for the commuter students. And it has been really inspiring, and I'm excited for them to be inspired by our class to take initiative. For example, they're already taking over our class next semester, and we have told them that they have our full support, and we plan on working closely while recruiting students as well. And so that part has been really exciting. But what we're surprised about was when we first started teaching, how time consuming it is to prepare a lesson plan and record lecture. And yeah, that was very surprising. We didn't know that that would be that time consuming. And as a student, we never knew that side of teaching. But this teaching experience has taught us to be even more grateful for our teachers and our professor for their hard work and dedication to help us grow.
All right. Yeah, well, your students wouldn't have had that experience without you and without you all proposing the course and spending that hard work and long hours, I'm sure. And it is great to hear how you adapted both for your students' schedules, but also for your own schedule, you know, thinking about yourself as students and working with your students to make it all work. So sounds great. What has been one of your greatest challenges?
I think when it comes to teaching, we didn't really face any specific challenges besides like figuring out how to navigate iLearn in the beginning when we were setting up lesson plans. And I think us teaching in pairs really helped us because we were covering up for each other during like each other's weaknesses. Or a challenge that we had was getting students to be more engaged in class and like kind of like blaming ourselves if they didn't do assignments because we're like, what did we do wrong? Like, what can we help? But sometimes it's like, it's not you, it's them. And we kind of had to learn that the hard way, I guess you can say. But yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to take that personally,
Yeah.
especially as a new teacher. Yeah, I feel you there. Um, have you had one great success or breakthrough with remote learning? We talked about a lot of them already, but
I would say just being able to teach a class that we're both passionate about is just a success in itself.
Well, another success that I would say is even having the opportunity to like present, like when we had to present like about the commuter lounge and meet all these new people on the SF State community and having our voices heard and like having the commuter lounge be in the #1 priority list for basic needs
hmm,
was a really exciting and validating moment for us because we felt like our voices were heard and our ideas were being positively implemented.
got it. So tangible breakthroughs in the change that you want to make, the goal that you had. And I didn't know about that. So tell me, give us a little update about the basic needs, your progress with your cause.
So we presented to the first year student experience committee, the English department committee, um, the basic needs committee.
Hmm.
I think those were it. And for the basic needs committee, they kind of took our ideas and they kind of worked with us in what we would want in a space on campus. And they gave us some resources that were pretty helpful for commuting students. And right now, it's the #1. Like having a commuter lounge on campus is the #1 priority. So hopefully they can make that happen.
Yeah, got it. So you've experienced going through different channels of the administration, and that started back in my class into about 2 years ago. So it's been a process for sure. Um, Thinking back to that time when you were first year students up until now, how would you describe the SF State community? And why do you think that's important both to you, your cause, the movement you're starting for commuters and your students?
Yeah, the SFSU community is very diverse and have very unique individuals that are very passionate about making change. Historically, we are also known for the advocators and the advocates for change, and so we have a good history behind us, and we still see that in our campus community till day. And the community is so friendly, encouraging, and helpful. And it's important for our students and our students' learning because to make change, we need them to be passionate and believe in the cause.
Mm, yeah. All right. And even as commuters, you're feeling that sense of community and the helpfulness and the,
Yes.
yeah, great. Um, Thinking a little larger and even beyond SF State, but especially for maybe your long-term goal for the changes you want to make at SF State. What is your longer term goal for making change? And then how can that maybe affect change in the larger society?
So, as in the SF State aspect, we're creating a community that does not currently exist in San Francisco State. which is the commuters community. And with building this community, we have been discussing the issues on campus and expressing our needs, such as the communal lounge. And I think for the larger society part of it, I feel like it's really helped us be more of advocates. And in the future, I can see us doing a lot more advocating for things that we believe in and making change.
Well, thank you both so much for being a part of the ExCo community and involved, using ExCo to create that commuter community and pass it on to your students, which is amazing. So I hope that this course basically remains throughout ExCo's maybe, near history until all the commuters issues are basically solved. How about that? So you started a legacy that will continue. Do you have any last words or advice for future teachers, people who maybe are just considering teaching for ExCo?
Well, first, I would just say thank you, because we wouldn't have been able to do literally any of this without you since like the beginning of like our first year. And for upcoming or people who want to do or teach, just do it. Trust me, like it's a little anxiety driven and like or inducing, but it's really fun and you'll learn so much and you'll get some new experiences that you never thought. And like you get bragging rights, so like why not do it?
Yeah, I love that.
We're extremely grateful for ExCo for the opportunity to teach something that we are very passionate about and something that we're very interested in. And for future teachers, I would just say, just commit to it and things will fall in line. Just challenge yourself and you will do great.
Amazing. Well, thank you for the kind words. You're very, very welcome. And it's students like you who make it all worth it. So I appreciate you. And thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Enjoy your
you.
Thanksgiving break next week, your fall break next week.
You too. Thank you. Have
Okay.
a great Thanksgiving.